In today's episode of Theology Breakdown, I want to address this question. Is social distancing during this moment of the coronavirus here in 2020 a mark of fear? Stay tuned as I address this question. The past few weeks have been unlike any other around the world. We all have been practicing social distancing, isolating ourselves, staying home, working from home. Schools have been canceled, and even churches are going online. Pastors are learning new ways of reaching out to serve our communities. But some Christian leaders have suggested that practicing social distancing during this moment is actually a mark of fear. And some of them have actually conducted large services with many people, and some have even encouraged others to, get around and shake people's hands. Is social distancing a mark of fear? Recently, my mom sends me WhatsApp messages and forwards, and she recently sent me this forward, which reminded me of a family that actually experiences a lot of isolation for about a year. You can read about it in Genesis 7-8, where Noah was called to build an ark because a flood was coming, and ultimately him and his family, his wife, his sons, his daughters-in-law, and of course animals went on the ark, and they were together for 1 year. Hey, some of us are maybe struggling with 1 week. Try 1 year. They experienced some isolation, didn't they? But it was for good. It protected them from the flood. It was a mark of obedience and a mark of wisdom. We also know even the Israelites in the book of Exodus, when they were in Egypt, and there were the 10 plagues, right? And that last plague, God called them to kind of isolate themselves in their homes, actually. And that protected them from experiencing that last plague, which was deadly, of course. Practicing isolation in the moment with Noah and the flood, of course, with the Israelites in Egypt, for them that was a mark of obedience and, of course, a mark of wisdom. Now, obviously, the flood, that 10th plague in Egypt, and the coronavirus are three different things. However, we can see moments of isolation as, hey, a mark of wisdom. So is isolating ourselves, is social distancing right now in this moment in 2020 a mark of fear? I don't think so. I think it's actually a mark of wisdom and a mark of compassion. Why? Because there are some people who might be more susceptible to not only getting sick, but possibly even dying because of their current health situation. So if they were to be infected with something like the coronavirus, that might be deadly for some people. So practicing social distancing is a mark of wisdom and a mark of compassion for others. So I think it's appropriate for us to practice social distancing, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. So in the midst of social distancing right now, can I encourage you to not isolate yourself, though, from God? I encourage you to make sure you focus in on God and don't lose sight of Him at this moment. Some of us may be addicted to media and constantly getting updates on what's going on. I understand. I've done it. I've been there. But I was recently reminded, I believe by the Spirit, to take some time in His Word, God's Word, the Bible, and to worship Him. So I've taken some time, pulled out my guitar, sang some songs of worship, and it was a renewal of my mind. It got me focused on the things that I need to focus in on. And, it's so important during this time to magnify God, not the threat of the coronavirus. Don't get me wrong. I think we need to get updated and use wisdom during this moment. So let's not lose sight of God. He's still going to be faithful. He can be trusted. He's a loving, compassionate, gracious God who cares for you. So keep going to Him in prayer. trusting in Him, He can be trusted. And not only do I say don't isolate yourself from God, don't isolate yourself from other people. One of the cool things about 2020 is that you can reach out to people online, pick up a phone, you can do video calls, and you know what? Churches all around the world are working hard to serve you well right now. Various churches all around the world are streaming their services online, so I encourage you to check it out on a Sunday and be encouraged. Stay connected with a pastor or leader or other believers. And if you don't know the Lord, I encourage you to just look up a bunch of churches in your community who are probably streaming their service online, who want to serve you well. So I encourage you to stay connected, all right? And stay connected not just for your soul, but for other people out there who really need that connection. And I just want to encourage you that if you need prayer, feel free to personally message me. I'd love to stay in connection with you to pray for you especially. In the meantime, stay healthy. God bless. Much love.